You opened it. We came.
It's just a puzzle box!
Oh no. It is a means to summon us.
Aren't you going to say hello?
Alright, and we are back with the Three Dudes of Horror.
Damien.
Wormboy.
Alright, and if you remember from last episode, Wormboy lost a bet.
I did not lose it.
Yeah, you did.
We're just going straight into that.
Yeah. And
I had to watch a crap movie.
You had to watch that shit movie, House of the Dead. And just to let you folks know, last Friday was Wormboy's birthday. And what did I get you for your birthday?
Fuck you, Toots. Fuck you.
House of the Dead on Blu-ray, that's right.
Yeah.
And Ninja Turtles 3, but that's another different type of horror
And
movie.
then I had this smart idea to fucking bet him with a character that came out in which movie?
Yeah, Jason X.
Yeah, I thought it was
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd.
Yeah.
It wasn't him. So I had to watch the fucking movie, and
Alright.
it's a pretty shitty movie. Don't watch it unless you want to kill yourself.
No,
Yeah, you're gonna need therapy after watching
it's
that movie.
an endurance match for your mind. It's
I mean, it was just shit after shit after shit after shit. Like, diarrhea never stopped. You just can't help yourself. Like, why am I watching this? Am I in hell?
And the production value of the movie was clearly like, at best, like sci-fi channel original horror movie. Like,
I think it was worse than that.
made for TV, like just
Straight to VHS. Yeah.
you know, if there ever is a time, God forbid that Wormboy dies before me, like I said, God forbid. I'm gonna hold you to it, Damien. I'm gonna put House of the Dead in your casket, and then and as I'm saying the eulogy, I'm gonna be like, you know what? He really loved this movie. I'm putting in the casket. Personally, I think it's a piece of shit, but that was Wormboy. He just loved this movie. Yeah.
we're getting a
You know
little.
what? I'll come back and fucking haunt you like a fucking zombie forever.
We're getting a little morbid here.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll have the house plans.
I'll come back and the shitty music will still be playing while I try to eat you.
Well, what I gotta mention, like what I mentioned right before we went live, is like the action sequence, the action montage that took like, it takes the characters like who all of a sudden all have like Matrix caliber like kung fu abilities
Mm-hmm.
and all these guns, and it takes them like 25 minutes in this like horrible music video montage to put yard to get to the house.
Yeah.
And the house is fucking small. I thought it was gonna be like a big house.
Yeah. And it seems sad because it seemed like this was supposed to be like the big action sequence in the movie, and it's
No,
like
it was just
Yeah, it was.
god awful, atrocious, like just dragged out way too long, and then dragged out even longer than that.
I think I like that old man that came out, the one from that comes out in the Waterboy movie.
Oh, Clint Howard.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
cool.
no, that's perfect. Like I said when we were watching the movie, like if you're most recognizable, like that's a pretty good indication that
It's a
like
shitty movie.
yeah.
But I think that for me, the best part of the movie, and you'll be amazed, you're like, there's nothing of value to redeem here. But no, there is one, and it was Jurgen Prochnow, who played the captain, the ship captain.
We are on our way to losing all 6 of our
Yeah.
No, that's what I
subscribers.
said. Everything else is pure crap.
No, everything's
Except for
crap.
him, because he's the only like actual professional actor that's good in the movie.
But I mean, his acting was just bland. Like,
Yeah, his
I like
acting was pretty
where, I mean, yeah, man, he's a creditable actor, but it's like
No.
that scene where he's just like standing there, like super calm, like shooting zombies from his boat deck,
And
like
smoking.
he's playing Duck Hunt on his Nintendo. He's just like,
And they're all
But I
headshots.
can't
Yeah.
blame him.
Oh, like,
It's
man, he's
Uwe
pretty-
Boll's fault because he's the director. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
You know
that's
what?
I
We
mean.
should tie Uwe Boll down and just fucking make him watch that movie over and over again
dude, he'll probably praise it all over again.
till he dies.
He'll
All
probably
the-
praise that. And he'll-
Like all the actual takes that were used in the movie,
Mhm.
it looked like the actors like going through the motions, rehearsing the scenes like during their lunch break,
Yeah,
like
and-
just going through the motions, like not actually acting, and then they were just like, yeah, well, we'll actually use that for the actual movie. Like that's how bland the acting is in the movie.
Yeah, so Wormboy, if you lose another bet, you're gonna have to watch Alone in the Dark, which is the next Uwe Boll movie.
Am I?
Huh? That joke? No, I don't care. Yeah, but House of the Dead, yeah, that was an endurance match.
Which is ironic because our topic tonight is going to be memorable characters in horror movies. And in my opinion, there are no memorable characters in House.
For me, it was
mine was
for me it
Clint
was
Howard.
the boat captain. For me, it
I was
was
Clint Howard just because of Waterboy, and that's it.
For me, it was Jurgen Prochnow. I liked him in the Mouth of Madness and Beer Fest and Das Boot. Really, like I said, it's not his fault. It was the directing.
Well, like I said, like the actor may be good, and he may have been good in those
needed
other
money.
good, like Das Boot is a great movie,
Mhm.
I like Das Boot.
but
You've
Yeah,
never
but-
seen Das Boot, have you?
No, I drank from it.
Okay. Oh, so have I. But
I saw that movie because of my dad. He like loves it. He's got the but anyway, yeah. I mean, the actor might be good in other movies, but in this movie, he was not. His character was not memorable. Like,
no, he did. For me, he did have a memorable line where he says, "It was like shoot them or whatever." He's like, "I'm trying to shoot them. What do you think I'm doing, you fucking moron?" Like that. Like, I just love that delivery. Like it was like, I don't give a shit.
Crap. Because he was just doing, I'm shooting them.
Exactly. It was like he just didn't give a shit at all.
we are well on our way to losing all of our 6 subscribers.
All right, let's
Yeah,
Let's go-
well,
let's-
we just lost one. We only have 5 now.
yeah, let's okay. So let's go to our topic: memorable characters in horror.
Yes.
So Damien, you want to go first?
Well, I have to start with Evil Ed and Fright Night. Well, Evil Ed and Peter Vincent and Fright Night. I
Yeah.
think because Fright Night's like one of my all-time favorite.
The original Fright Night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For the record, the original 1985 Chris Sarandon Fright Night. It's one of my all-time favorite like horror comedies.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I love that movie. And I thought the remake was okay. It was just okay. It was average. I thought they could have portrayed Evil Ed a little bit better. Like he just seemed kind of nerdy, but he didn't have that. I don't know. He didn't have that charisma or like those quirks that the original Evil Ed had.
The Stephen Jeffries.
Yeah.
Is that how you say his name?
There's Stephen Jeffries.
Stephen Jeffries.
Yeah.
Like he has that. He's got like the signature line that like DJ's sample and all the the oh you're so cool Brewster. Like,
Yeah.
and then he's the one that has like he's the one that's got like the big exposition scene where he explains to Charlie like all the rules of vampirism, and
Yeah.
he's got all the big like there's holy water, there's a stake through the heart, and then the important one that's like the plot device where he tells him like but your best, but he's like mocking Charlie because he doesn't believe him at that point
Yeah.
in the movie. He's like, but your best protection now, Charlie, is that a vampire cannot enter your house without being invited by the rightful owner first.
Yeah.
But he's like mocking him,
Yeah.
and Charlie's all taking it serious.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? And he's like, positive.
Yeah, and with Peter Vincent, if I remember correctly, well, in the remake, I'm trying to remember the actor's name.
David Tennant.
Yeah, David Tennant.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who, and he did. I'll say this: he did a very good job playing him.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I don't think it had like the gravitas that Dowell had.
Yeah.
Because Peter Vincent, the original Peter Vincent, Like, he's this, like, washed-up actor that came out in these vampire movies. So the only reason he's doing all this is because, well, he needs the money. And, like, okay, well, I'm just here to humor this kid.
Yeah.
You know, but then it turns out all vampires are real. So now he has to kind of what he learned from making those horror movies.
Yeah.
You know, and to quote.
Using his box of props. Like
Yeah.
his chest of props.
Yeah, and that's what made it so awesome is the fact that he had these props because, well, he was an actor. Yeah.
And but he even played the role like an actor. He has like all those big Laurence Olivier movements, and
Yeah.
I have just been offered a starring role in a major film, and then even
He's
in
so
that,
full of shit.
yeah, and in the scene he's acting for the teenagers.
Yeah.
like he's putting on a performance,
Yeah, because he's already gonna get.
and then immediately as soon as Marcy Darcy mentions the savings bond, like
Yeah, it's like how much?
$500.
$500. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, but with the David Tennant version, it seemed like I'm trying to remember because I only saw that movie once, and it didn't seem like he was losing anything. He was just like, oh, all right, I'll try it out. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong because, like I said, I've seen it like multiple times.
Well, no, I think the whole thing with that one is he actually does have a history with losing his family to vampires, and he's like somewhat repressed it.
Oh,
And made it make believe and made it magic because he's like a Chris Angel,
he's like a magician,
stage
yeah.
magician.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't as interesting as Roddy McDowell's.
Okay, so he did have a stake in it. Yeah. No pun intended. Or pun intended. But yeah, like... Yeah, but with Peter Vince, I don't know. I still prefer the Roddy McDowell one.
Yeah,
That one,
yeah.
His portrayal was... I thought much better.
I think that's pretty...
Yeah.
like, it's not...
Not to take
talking
a-
about the actors. It's the
Yeah.
characters are completely different.
Yeah, he is a very good actor. It's
Yeah.
just, you know, it's just... I like the original... I thought the original Peter Vincent was more memorable. Yeah.
I think that's like across the board as amongst like horror fans.
Yeah.
Most are always like, oh no, the Roddy McDowell, Peter Vincent. Like
All right. So moving on.
Grandpa from the Lost Boys.
Yeah. Speaking of vampires, yeah.
He's got like all those memorable lines. Like
Yeah.
he just pops up every once in a while as like comic relief in the movie.
Mhm.
Like, nobody touches the second shelf.
Yeah.
That's where I keep my root beers and my double thick Oreo cookies.
No.
And then he's got a shelf that says old fart.
Yeah. No, I still love that line at the end where, oh, I love living in this town, but
Yeah.
the one thing I can't stand is like all the goddamn vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could quite stomach. All the damn vampires.
Yeah.
And he says it as he's chugging a root beer.
Yeah.
And they're all just looking at him like,
Poor grandpa.
I've used his line before. You know the rule about filling up the car with gas, King. like, no, Grandpa. Like, what? Like,
All right. Ruben, do you have a memorable character?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking of Chucky right now.
All right.
it's pretty tough to argue that Chucky's not a memorable character.
Chucky is a memorable character. Yeah. It's like Ash from Evil Dead.
I mean, that doll when I was a kid watching it.
Andy with friends to
I was scared of dolls.
Yeah.
I became scared of dolls because of that.
Yeah, I think most.
I mean, any doll. I'm just talking about like him specifically. But yeah, and when I saw it later, it was like more like, oh, this guy's funny.
No,
The
like
stuff he says. And
Yeah, any kids that grew up in the late '80s, early '90s were terrified of their Teddy Ruxpin because of Child's Play.
yeah.
well, Teddy Ruxpin is just evil in its own right. Like you just put that cassette in. Come play with me tonight.
Like,
that.
no, thank you.
Yeah.
But it planted the Child's Play movies from the Chucky character. Like, okay, that thing
Yeah.
is possessed by somebody or some
Yeah, his laugh
entity.
is just so funny. Like,
Yeah,
No, No, one character I really liked, and it's from Silver Bullet, was Uncle Red,
Oh yeah.
by portrayed by Gary Busey.
Oh man, what's one of my favorite comic relief characters?
No, my favorite line is, after they're waiting for the werewolf and everything like that,
Yeah.
and Gary Busey is just like, a very familiar feeling is coming over me. Hey, Uncle Red. Well, I'm starting to feel like a horse's ass.
Yeah.
Like, I just love that delivery of that line.
Yeah.
And also the father, like, of the girl, like, he also has a memorable line too. Like, that hurts my parts. Like, when he's watching
The
wrestling.
wrestling.
That hurts my heart.
That hurts my parts.
That always cracks me up.
Yeah.
That hurts my parts.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. He's another one, like
Yeah.
the when Marty's like walking,
Yeah.
quote unquote, walking his daughter home from school, and he's just like such a bigoted jerk, like, goddamn cripple.
Yeah.
Like, always end up on welfare. Then he says,
Goddamn cripple fuck.
no, but he says, I'll electrocute goddamn budget.
Yeah.
And then the Uncle Red line that I use all the time is when he makes him like the supersonic wheelchair, like the 3-wheel
Oh,
wheelchair.
yeah. So, Silver Bullet.
So yeah, Silver Bullet. And then but when he comes back, finds out how fast it goes, I'm gonna end up singing soprano in the Vienna Boys Choir.
Yeah.
Like, I've said that so many times. It's like,
My favorite lines from that movie, the ones that always crack me up, is that hurts my parts. I'm starting to feel like a horse's ass. That
Yeah.
one, and the one from the priest. I'm trying to remember his name in the movie, but he's the werewolf.
yeah, right. The one that
And when he's stalking Corey Haim's character, and he's just like you meddling little shit.
yeah. You're gonna fall in the river. You're gonna have a terrible.
Something like
He's
that.
like grinding his hands together.
Yeah, but he's just like,
I saved her life eternal. Like, isn't it Reverend Lester?
Reverend Lowe. And I just love that delivery.
Because it's like theatrical, like almost operatic, like
Yeah.
over the top. Like,
Yeah.
You meddling little, and then I want to remember, like, I have to throw in some of the other memorable lines from Uncle Red, like the holy trumped up Jesus Palmy, or whenever he says, I think I'm a little too old to be playing Hardy Boys Meet Reverend Werewolf.
Yeah. or hell, even when he presents Silver Bullet, like
It's
he
an ass
does.
kicker. Yeah, no, then he says it's an ass kicker, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so let's see, another memorable character. I'm thinking of Day of the Dead, Bub, the
Yeah.
zombie. He was pretty memorable. Like, he didn't have that many lines.
Actually, he had one.
He had one,
The first
And it was-
talking zombie.
and it was barely.
Yeah.
It was barely any words, and it was Aunt Alicia.
Aunt Alicia.
Yeah, where Dr. Frankenstein is like, say hello to Aunt Alicia. Hello, Aunt Alicia, like that, and you actually hear it like, Alicia, like that. And Captain Rhodes just like,
Yeah.
he kind of flips out a little bit. He's just like, what the hell?
But I haven't seen Day of the Dead in a long time. Because they're
They're in a bunker, like
yeah,
underground.
like I was gonna say, like they're what do you call it? Sealed off in a bunker.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of the word. Like
Well, they have
they're like
access to
they're
an
like under siege all around. Like they're stuck in there. No, or
there's a perimeter
right.
that with a fence around it, so they're protected that way to a certain extent. but what do you call it? No, but they have access to an elevator, so they're able to actually get out.
Yeah. But they were like trying to train him, right?
Yeah,
The Bub character.
yeah.
Or Bub.
Among other zombies too, but Bob was the one that showed the most progress.
But that was the whole thing with that character, right? Like they were trying to actually like teach him how to remember being human or something like that.
Yeah, what he used to be, and then, or who he used to be, and then that's why at the very end, when Captain Rhodes is trying to escape, he's actually firing the weapon because like
Yeah.
he's remembering how to shoot a gun. Well, actually, even before that, he remembers how to shoot the gun because he doesn't like Captain Rhodes, the villain, and then he actually points the gun at him, and the gun was empty, and he actually starts pulling the trigger, and he's just like, and Bub has this look of disappointment on his face.
Do they ever say like who? Because I can't remember. Do they ever say like who Bub was before he became like zombified?
I don't think so. I don't remember them mentioning that.
He's a man, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope so.
No, but
I hope so. Yeah, we all hope so.
If he wasn't, that was an ugly ass woman.
But yeah, but Captain Rhodes was another memorable character too in that movie, and I really liked his line delivery. They were so over the top and exaggerated, and he was so sinister. Especially when Dr. Frankenstein starts coming into the main area where everybody's eating.
Yeah.
All the humans are eating, and he's just like, well, is there food? And Captain Rhodes is just like, what the fuck have you been doing with my time? Like, he's just shouting. I'm the one calling the shots here, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck have you been doing with my time? Like that.
I think that's the only George Romero zombie movie that I haven't bought yet that I don't own. I need to get it in my collection.
I have it on DVD.
I've seen it in its entirety, don't get me wrong, but it's been a really long time.
Yeah, and I remember my other favorite line from Captain Rhodes was he goes to Steel, which is one of his like lackeys, and this is when the main character, I think her name was Lori, like she's ready to leave because she's tired of everyone's shit, and Captain Rhodes is just like, Steel, shoot that woman. And Steel's just like, bang, you're dead, ha ha ha, like that. He thinks he was just fucking around until Captain Rhodes pulls out a gun and points it at Steel. And he's just like, I said, shoot that woman or you're like, having two, you've wasted. Yeah.
Memorable line.
Yeah, to me that was a memorable line. I was like,
but so is he like, he's the one that like starts to lose it?
Yeah, he's the one that starts to lose it, and
I think I'm starting to remember now.
Yeah, and then when he's actually getting eaten by the zombies at the end, he gets shot by Bub, and then that's when all the zombies manage to get out, get in, and start kind of having their buffet scene, and they go to Captain Rhodes and he starts tearing them apart, and he's just like, choke on them, choke on them. As they're eating his guts.
I'm sure you know that when Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg did their cameo in Land of the Dead, that George Romero made Simon Pegg's makeup look like Bub.
Yeah, I think I heard of that.
I remember seeing that. Like, they purposely made Simon Pegg look like Bub.
Yeah.
Like, which I thought that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome little nod.
Okay. Any other memorable character? Damien?
Yeah, sure.
There are lots.
Since we're talking about the zombie movies, I know we've mentioned Steve in the Dawn of the Dead remake before, but now we can actually like break down like just that character, like all the lines he has. Like he was like the comic relief.
Steve was a fucking asshole, but he was memorable. He was fun. Yeah, he was funny.
Like at the end where they decide like to reinforce the parking shuttles to try to drive out to the marina to get his boat and go off to some island because they're like, oh the hell, like we got to do something instead of just sitting here waiting to die.
Yeah. And
he's just like standing around drinking cappuccinos while everybody's busting their asses.
Yeah.
And they're like, aren't you even gonna like lift a finger or something? And he's got the keys to his boat with the little floaty. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, the captain never works alongside his men. And he's like, whoosh. And he just walks off with his coffee mug.
Yeah, and he's just like, and he's so smug, and he's just like, you two, have a good one. Like that.
What's her name? Sarah Polley's character is just like, what a total dick.
Yeah, Sarah Polley was just like, what a total dick. Yeah. And, well, I mean, people know him now as Phil Dunphy from Modern Family, you know, but Ty Burrell, like, he did an awesome job as that character. And
Because he's just like a total selfish prick. And he kind of like, they kind of hint like he was kind of like a rich, like, yuppie asshole kind of guy, like, before the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, and also... And I also like when they're ready to go to the gun store. You know, they're ready to go to the sewer and what's his name? Jake? I think that was his name, Jake.
Yeah.
He was just like, Steve, don't fuck this up. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, he was a memorable character. I liked him.
Remember, like, at the beginning when they first come in?
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, yeah, we're going to try to signal for help. And he's just like, help. He's just laughing. He's like, I'm sorry, when you two are finished blowing each other.
Yeah.
Like, maybe Davy Crockett can tell us the deal here.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after Ving Rhames' character storms off, Kenneth, storms off. Like, I'm so glad you guys bonded over this disaster. Yeah.
But isn't he talking about he's asking about the Fort Pastor?
Yeah, the brother. Yeah, Fort Pastor.
And he's like, what Ving Rhames is like, is everybody there dead?
Yeah, it's like, or dead-ish.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah.
Like, dead-ish. Yeah, in the sense that they all fell down and then got back up and started eating each other.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, he was a dick, but yeah, he was a funny dick.
No, I love when the sniper character at the Andy from the guns and ammo shop across the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is like starving, and they're trying to figure out a plan to get food over there when they eventually send the dog.
Yeah,
remember before that when they're still trying to get a plan going.
Yeah,
remember Steve's like, oh, okay, well, why don't we do this? We'll just draw straws, and the loser runs across the lot with a ham sandwich.
Yeah, and if you pay attention to what he says afterwards, because what's her name? Sarah Polly's character is just like, can you be a bigger prick? Like, you know what? I think so, but that's not important right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. Let's see. Well, sticking with the zombies, let's go to Shaun of the Dead, because Ed was a memorable character.
Yes.
Yeah, good old Ed. Yeah, Cornetto. Yeah.
And he's always hinting how he's got like this cougar crush on Sean's mom.
Yeah.
Like all throughout the movie. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh, how you've grown. You better believe it.
Yeah. It's like when he's telling Sean about the messages. He's just playing video games all day.
Yeah.
Like, and then he's like, and then where he ends it. And then your mom rang back to see if I wanted to eat her out tonight.
Like, what?
And he just smiles.
Yeah. Yeah, and also he says to me one of the memorable lines, because it's from Night of the Living Dead. It's like, oh, we're coming to get you, Barbara. Like that.
Yeah. And then that's the scene also, right, when Sean's trying to call Liz. And then he's like, shit, she's engaged. And Ed's like, that was quick.
Yeah.
He's just like a total prick friend.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty memorable. Oh, hell, even Bill Nighy, the stepfather. Like, he was pretty memorable, too, because he was the one who got red on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just looked he looked like a zombie even before he became a zombie.
And perhaps you could bring Barbara the flowers you forgot to bring her last week.
Yeah.
It's like, and don't make it a cheap puzzle from a garage folk.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
You've got red on you.
Yeah.
Everybody, because doesn't every character tell Sean he's got red on him?
Yeah.
At some point in the movie.
Yeah.
And then I like how Pete, the roommate, that like can't stand Ed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's always complaining to Sean about Ed.
Yeah.
And he's like, remember when we stayed up all night playing, drinking apple schnapps and playing Tekken 2? And he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, that was 5 years ago. When's he going home?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he finally like just blows up.
Oh, I love that scene
when
where
he
just
like blows up on Ed.
Can you see why I'm so fucking angry?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Like,
no,
he just eggs him on.
But he finally just blows up on Ed.
Yeah.
Like all he ever does is hold you back. He kind of like explains the whole dynamic between Sean and Ed.
Yeah.
Like that they don't want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's like, "Well, does it make your life easier having someone around who's more of a loser than you are?"
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And yeah, he became a zombie at the end, but
He has that line. Ed's got that line in that scene
Yeah.
when Pete storms off when he's like, "It's not hip hop, it's electro, prick."
yeah,
Or when they're trying to find out if Pete's a zombie or if he's there. Remember?
yeah,
And he's like, and Sean's like real apprehensive. Pete. And then Pete. And,
Oi, prick.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, prick. And then he crashes Pete's car on purpose so they can drive Bill Nye's Jaguar.
yeah.
He's like, what happened to the car? I pranged it. And he's
Yeah.
like, you were parked. And he's just like, yeah. And he's like, guess we'll have to take the Jag.
Yeah.
He's like, well, why don't I stay here with the car?
Yeah.
He's like, if there's any problems, I'll hold 3 times.
Yeah.
Because he wants to stay there so he can wreck it, so they have to take the Jaguar.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna move on from zombie movies for a bit, and actually, I want to talk about Fred Gwynne's character in Pet Sematary,
Yeah.
Judd Crandall, because he was pretty memorable.
You do a great impression.
Oh.
You gotta do that.
Oh, God.
Do the big monologue about the road, about how all the pets are always getting hit by the 18-wheelers passing.
Well, the only thing I remember is like, I don't want to go down that road, you know.
Right there on that. I mean,
Yeah. And I'm sure people listening are like, that was shit. Yeah.
That's because of that road.
Yeah,
But he's
that damn road. It uses up all the animals. Yeah. No, I liked his whole backstory of how he had his dog as a kid and buried in the pet cemetery, you know, and then it came back and his mom starts freaking out because
and they actually show it right.
yeah.
The dog's all like Cujo to the 25th power.
Yeah, like he just
like
yeah. It's like, yeah, what was it? Your dog's got the devil, or your dog's got the
yeah.
like. And then I buried him in the regular pet cemetery where his bones lie to this day, something like that. But I liked his whole. But I like the whole backstory when he mentioned after the kid dies. This is after the kid dies, and he's just like, you know, he's like, I know what you're thinking, Lewis. You know, and I told you if someone was buried up there, if someone was ever buried up there. I lied when I told you no. You know, and then he starts talking about that soldier that died in the war, and his father was so distraught.
That part's
you know.
freaky.
Yeah, but
That part always freaked me out when I was a kid, where they show him like walking up to the house.
Yeah.
Like, that part's creepy. It's still creepy, like right now.
yeah. Whereas,
But
like,
what's Fred Gwynne, Judd's? What's that line that he has at the very beginning, the first time that he takes the family down to the pet cemetery, and he's like a cemetery is a place of rest.
yeah.
Place of mourning, or what does he say something about? Because
He said something like that, yeah.
Because the little girl's like, he's like,
Like this is a place where the dead speak. You know?
yeah,
It's like, really? Yeah, like or something like that. Like, well, no, not out loud. You know, this is what was her name? Ellie, I think that was the name of the kid. Like Ellie, this, you know. But that whole sequence when he's talking about how he introduced the power to the Creed family. You know, I just love that whole scene because Fred Gwynne played it awesome. You know.
yeah.
And it sucked that he got killed. That Judd got killed by a fucking cage. That dead fucking kid. And also, Victor Pascal was a memorable character too. He was the ghost.
Yeah.
The jogger that got hit by a truck, and he's trying to help the family. You know, or Lewis at least.
Yeah. Even like he's trying to help him, but like the scene where he's out walking with him and he's explaining to him like all the ground. I don't know, what did he say about the Indian burial ground?
Where he's just like because they're walking to the regular pet cemetery,
and he thinks he's dreaming.
Yeah,
he's actually.
He's like, this is a place where the dead speak. Like, but do not go on, Doc. No matter how much you may feel you have to.
Yeah.
Do not go on to where the dead walk. You know. So, and he was a pretty much
To help, he was still creepy.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because you still see him with his kind of brains like almost coming out, and so you don't forget that shit. Yeah,
Sometimes that is better.
yeah. Sometimes, Lewis, that is better. Yeah, the Micmacs knew it. For the ground went sour. Yeah,
There you go. That was pretty good.
yeah.
I knew you had it in.
You should talk like that the rest of the podcast.
I'm not gonna do that, so.
No, let's not go that far.
Yeah, or you'll watch another Uva Bowl movie as punishment. I'm kidding, Worm Boy. Goddamn.
I have to mention just let me mention real quick, and I promise to everybody that will get offended. Any listeners out there that are offended by everything, I will be 100% PC, politically correct. The old store owner and Cabin Fever.
Mm-hmm.
That's another like side character that was memorable because he only comes out at the beginning and the end of the movie.
Yeah.
When they go in at the beginning to buy munchies and stuff and beer and all that before they go out to the cabin.
Yeah.
And he's got like the double barrel rifle hanging behind him, like behind the register.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them says something like is that for sale or what's that for or something like that.
Yeah.
And and real calm, like very nonchalant. He's just like, oh, that's for, and he drops the N-bomb.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. And then at the end of the movie, like, it's almost like a parallel, like a group of like 5 young black people walk in the store.
Yeah.
And they make it seem like as if he was saying like he's gonna shoot any black people that walk in his store because he's kind of presented as like one of those
racist,
the backwoods racist old man.
Mm-hmm.
Then they walk in the store and you're thinking, oh, and then he just gets it off the wall and hands it to him all calm and he's like, yeah, here you go, it's ready to go. It's
Yeah.
like he just actually repaired it for him.
Yeah, I really like. I haven't seen Cabin Fever in its entirety. I've only seen bits and pieces.
Oh well, as far as that character, that's all you need to know.
Oh, okay.
Like
the rest
they
of the movie
they presented it as if he's like this old South like backwoods racist bigot old man.
Yeah.
But then at the end, you find out he was just repairing it.
Yeah.
For them, and he just hands it to them all calm, and they're talking all cool and.
Yeah, like I never really seen the movie in its entirety.
Well, in between, it's an Eli Roth movie. So,
Yeah.
like, in between those two scenes, it's all hell breaks loose, and it's really dark, and it's really violent, and it's really gory, and then you get that scene of just total comic relief at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, like, the point, I guess.
Yeah.
That was a whole character arc for that old man.
Yeah. Let's see. What else is another good? Oh, okay. I'm gonna go to one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies, which is Part 3, The Dream Warriors.
Because it's the best.
Yeah, it's the best and it has a kick-ass soundtrack. Well, the original is still awesome.
Yeah,
The
aside
original
from
is-
Part 1, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best sequel.
Yeah. Well, I still like Part 2, but Part 3 is where it really kind of,
Yeah.
kind of gets it up there. But my favorite character from there was Kincaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the tough kid that was a whole, let's kick this motherfucker's ass all over Dreamland,
And his dream power was that he was like super strong.
Yeah.
He could like bend steel.
Mhm. Like I liked all the other characters too. Like the former druggie and the kid that couldn't speak or was unwilling to speak and the wizard master.
Oh yeah.
The D&D the equivalent.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he was like the
LARPer.
hero. He was the hero for the D&D kids back in the 80s.
Yeah.
But Kincaid was the one that was cool enough that he actually made it to Part 4
Yeah.
for about 20 seconds.
Well, him and the kid that couldn't speak, like he screamed.
Yeah.
Like
and then they all come out of the mirrors.
Yeah, I think he came out in Part 4 also. Technically, Patricia Arquette's character too, although it wasn't Patricia Arquette
Yeah.
in Part 4. But yeah, it was a shame that he died in Part 4. He was actually a cool character. And he didn't take shit from anybody, not even Lawrence Fishburne, like in that movie.
Yeah, he was the kid with the badass attitude, the bad attitude.
Yeah. You know, it's just like, sir, you need to calm down. Fuck you. Like, yeah, he was a pretty cool character. And speaking of another cool character, and we're gonna go back to Bill Paxton for a bit, and we mentioned him before, but Severin from Near Dark.
Yeah.
Because he was a cool character.
Yeah. He was like the loose cannon of the group.
Yeah.
Of like the traveling vampires.
Yeah. And I just love that whole bar scene. And
Yeah.
I know we've probably mentioned it before, but yeah. He makes it very memorable when he's killing the bartender with his spur.
Yeah.
Like cutting the neck and cutting the throat, and he's like, "That's finger licking good." You know?
But just about every line that Severin, like the best line that he has in the movie is where the Caleb character, where his family's like, his human family is trying to track them.
Yeah.
And the Caleb's little sister gets invited into their motel room. They don't even know they're staying at the same motel.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Boy, you people sure stay up late." And Severin just like smiles at her, and he's just like, "We keep odd hours."
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we've spoken about, but he is a memorable character. So.
Yeah, if we're gonna do memorable characters, you gotta mention Severin. Cut the shit. I know you're awake.
Yeah. All right, and okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to Demon Knight. So Uncle Willie and Roach, because there were memorable characters there. Uncle Willie, because it's I'm trying to remember the actor, Dick Miller. He was it, and he's actually a very awesome actor.
Yeah.
Gremlins, Terminator, even though it was just for like a couple minutes.
Yeah. Oh, you sure know your weapons, buddy.
Yeah.
Might be closing early today.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna close early today.
But what's Uncle Willie's line right at the beginning where Breaker first comes into town, when he's sharing the liquor with him?
I'm trying to remember.
He says something about, because it's storming out, and he says something like, "God sure is angry tonight," or something like that.
Yeah, he says I'm trying to remember, because it's been a while since I've seen the movie. I've seen it a few times, but it's been a while since I've looked at it. And I remember the part where they're actually approaching the church, or approaching like the motel or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, it used to be a church, but then it closed down due to lack of interest. Yeah. And then when he has that whole I guess temptation scene, like towards the end.
Yeah. Holy shit!
Yeah, just all the chicks with titties everywhere.
Yeah.
Big ass titties.
Because you can't have Tales from the Crypt without.
Oh no.
But where him and Breaker have the dialogue, he says something about like, maybe God's thinking I should have given it all to the monkeys.
Yeah.
And Breaker's like, maybe it's not too late.
Yeah. Or something like that. And well, hell, even fucking Billy Zane's character, the Collector, he was very memorable now, because he was very over the top, but he was very
fucking hold on, well there, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All you have to do is give me the goddamn key.
Yeah, like I think his character, Uncle Willie, and Roach, the Thomas Hayden Church character.
Yeah, because Roach was just like disgusting.
Roach was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but he was like disgusting, what does he say? You know those edible panties?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be picking
piece of panty
out of my salad later, or something like that. Like,
shit. That's not really disgusting.
Whatever. Yeah. If we show you who Roach is, you'll be like, okay.
I like roaches.
But yeah, no, but even the Collector was pretty awesome in that.
Yeah.
Well, even his interaction with Uncle Willie, like, here you go, Uncle Willie, like, hands him a bottle.
Yeah.
Long, hard one, like that. And then when he tricks Roach into cleaning up the blood.
Yeah.
In the seal. And he was like, well, and then Roach is just like, well, you know, like, well, I gotta go or something like that. I was like, well, vaya con Dios.
Yeah, and a via con Diablos to you too.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, one more thing, Roach. One thing I forgot to mention. I lied. And all the demons just started attacking him.
Yeah, I never thought about that Billy Zane had a lot of one-liners too.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty cool in that. Let's see. Another memorable character you can think of?
Well, we have to mention from Dusk Till Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Cheech, the actor, has like 3 different roles in the movie. The Border Patrol agent. Yeah. We got Wormboy's attention.
Yeah. I think he knows.
And then he's the bouncer or the doorman at the
he's the doorman.
Titty Twister.
Yeah.
And then at the end he's Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Seth, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Well, I've used that before too though. The Carlos line where he's like, where George Clooney's like beyond pissed.
Mm-hmm.
That girl's entire fucking family is dead. And he's like, what were they psychos? Or
Yeah.
They were vampires. Psychos do not explode when sunlight hits them. I don't give a fuck how crazy they are.
Yeah.
But the memorable one the most was the one that everybody quoted when I was like in 8th grade. Everybody was walking around quoting was the doorman.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it. You can say it if you want to.
Well, I know why. I know why you're not saying it.
Or Wormboy, you want to say?
Yeah, if you want to quote.
No.
He basically.
He talks about pussy a lot.
Yeah, but he says the actual word about 20 to 25 times in a monologue that he does.
Yeah, for the record, your wife despises the word.
Yeah.
And even though I already said it right now, but yeah, she's not here to stop us. So.
No, I said you can say it if you want to say it. Like
I'm just trying to remember.
I'm sure by now everybody that's still listening to us at this point knows what we're talking about. Like it's memorable. Everybody quotes it.
Yeah, where you just like black pussy, white pussy, Mexican pussy, snapping pussy, naga hide pussy. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember. Like he had so many, and it's been a while since I've seen the movie. And then and it's just like, and if you can get 2 or something of equal value for 1 penny or less than a penny or something like that.
If you can find it for less than that, fuck it.
Yeah.
And then when Juliette Lewis is walking up, and they say, "We got a new flavor here, apple pie."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty cool in the movie, and of course, Sex Machine.
Yeah.
Portrayed by Tom Savini.
The great Tom Savini.
Yeah.
I love the scene where all the survivors are standing around after they've barricaded up the bar.
Yeah.
And they're trying to like figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then George Clooney like becomes the leader.
Yeah.
And he's like, crosses. Do we have any crosses? And they're like, Harvey Keitel. He's like in the trailer. He's like, in other words, no. But then the Asian kid and Tom Savini where the Asian kid's like, wait, look around. We got crosses all over the place. You just put 2 sticks together. And then Sex Machine is like, yeah, he's right. Peter Cushing does it all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's the line I always remember from Sex Machine.
No, I also like his line after the whole shit goes down and they're killing the vampires and everything like that. The first time, like when all the characters are still alive.
Yeah. Except
for Richie. And then they're pretty much done killing like all the strippers and everything like that, and they just look at the band and Sex Machine is like, let's go kill that fucking band.
Yeah. Yeah, Sex Machine was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was pretty.
That was actually the first, when I was a kid, that was my introduction to Tom Savini.
The first movie?
The Sex Machine character. That's the first time that me as a kid I was introduced to Tom Savini.
No, I was introduced to him through Creepshow because as a little kid, like my dad would rent it and whatnot, and he was one of the garbage men. And at the time, I didn't know who. Like, I knew who he was in terms of like, oh yeah, he's the garbage man from Creepshow, but I didn't realize that he was like this master, master makeup artist, like for all these iconic movies. Like I didn't really I mean, I was a little kid, so I was
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like for you, it was the Garbage Man and Creepshow. For me, it was Sex Machine and From Dusk Till Dawn. And then you find out later on, like, oh, like he's got way more to do with horror movies than what you thought.
Yeah, and then
Tootsie reminded me of an interview that I saw with Robert Englund.
Yeah,
where he's talking about his iconic Freddy Krueger character, because he's essentially saying like what you just said.
Yeah,
like he's saying, yeah, I love the character Freddy Krueger because before that, when I came out in movies, I was always like Hoodlum number 2 or White Trash number 3.
Yeah,
like that was where I was. That's where I was in the credits. Like, and then when I played Freddy, I had the title role.
Yeah, and then but yeah, and then like I saw him on in Dawn of the Dead as one of the bikers. I'm like, oh shit, it's Tom Savini, And then
he came out. He had that cameo in Land of the Dead too, and it looks like he's dressed like Sex Machine. And he's a zombie.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
But I always think like, is that an homage to Sex Machine? Because he's dressed like Sex Machine.
He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be Blades, which was his character.
The same one
from Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, because he had like a sword and all these like knives.
Yeah, okay.
Or at least a couple of knives.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, because I remember in seeing Land of the Dead, I think I saw it at a midnight showing, and so there were a couple of people dressed like zombies and whatnot, and so when he came out as that character from Dawn of the Dead, like people, oh shit, Tom Savini, like that, like you just tell it was him.
Right away, everybody knew.
And he really knows how to use a whip and everything. So when he used it like in From Dusk Till Dawn and stuff like that, like he knows how to actually like use one.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, he was a soldier. No?
He was a photographer.
But he was a Vietnam vet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
I love in From Dusk Till Dawn when they're having that first like battle with all the vampires.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're in the middle of like just hardcore, just violent, like Tom Savini-esque, like makeup effects, like bloodshed, and then it's him and Juliette Lewis, and like in a little pause in the action. Remember where they introduce themselves, like in the middle of all that. He's like, "Oh, hi, I'm Kate." He's like, "Kate, hi, Sex Machine, how you doing?"
Yeah,
like that was another like good Sex Machine part.
I'm curious, and because he has that cock gun, like on his crotch, so. Where's the trigger for that? I don't know. Maybe you can answer that. Like, where?
I have no idea.
How do you fire that thing? I mean, the gun, not
I have no idea. There's no logic behind that.
I know. I'm not nitpicking or anything.
Could
I'm
be with his balls.
Like I'm not nitpicking or anything. I'm not saying like
some of us can control our balls.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can.
I can show you.
No, it's okay.
We're getting off.
Oh God, no! Yeah.
We're getting off topic here. Yeah, but that crossed my mind too. Before I was like, how do you? Where's the trigger for that?
Yeah. But yeah, like, so yeah, it's one of those things where like it's not like, oh, that's how is that possible? You can't. I'm not being like that. I'm just like, because it's such a fun movie. It's just like you kind of think back like, well, how?
Because I think it's one of those things where you're supposed to joke like that.
Yeah,
like, how did he shoot it? It made no sense. Like I don't think
they meant for like, oh, there has to be a reason how
right.
He shoots it.
No,
exactly.
that's why. Like it's such a fun movie that it's just like you don't think about shit like that. You know.
It just happens.
Yeah, and even if you think about it afterwards, you're not like, well, that won't do it all. It's not like that. It's just, it just occurred to me like, how do you do that? But
I have to.
Because you're sick.
I have to mention. I'm gonna go back to my all-time favorite movie real quick. In 7, the very 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 minor role in the movie, the leather shop owner.
Yeah.
Like I love I love that scene because it's the scene like it's based on the lust sin where John Doe has the guy.
No, go on.
Like John Doe's got the guy
Sorry.
the
I don't mean to distract you.
no, like John Doe's got the leather strap on made with the blade or bayonet hanging at the end.
Yeah.
And he makes the guy sleep with the hooker, like wearing it to like punish her for lust. And then they're able to like track down the leather shop where he had it made, and they go in there with a Polaroid, to confront the guy or to question the owner to see if they can get any information about John Doe. And Morgan Freeman's whole they show you the picture of the Polaroid, so that you can understand like the context of the. And then Morgan Freeman asks the guy real seriously, like, "You actually made this for him?" And the guy's response is fucking priceless. Yeah. The guy's just like, "Yeah, so what? I've made weird shit than that." I had to admit, and that's like that's basically the character's entire role in the movie, but it's so memorable. Like, so I had to throw that in there if we're gonna talk about memorable characters.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, so
we should talk about because we can kind of mention those two together, like Deputy Dewey from Scream and Deputy So and So from Sinister, because they're very similar and they're both deputies, ironically.
Dewey was what's his name? David Arquette, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the funny thing is that now, thanks to a Scary Movie, I can never really think of Dewey as Dewey. I think of him as Doofy. I always think of him as Doofy at this point. So it's just like, so you can talk about Scream, like the actual like Scream movie, but I'll still think of that other character. I made Poopy. Like I still think of him.
I made Poopy.
Yeah.
No, but even on his own, Dewey is funny because like Dewey's funny because he's like this really young, totally green, like rookie deputy, and Rose McGowan's his younger sister, but she's always giving him shit and like giving him like absolutely no respect.
Yeah.
And he's got that line where he has that line where he's like a 10-year-old boy. He's like, "Remember what Mom said? When I'm in this uniform, you're to treat me like an officer of the law." What does she say? She's like, "I'm sorry, Deputy Dickweed," or something like that. Like, but we don't have time.
Yeah, like even now I still think of like him walking around with a vacuum cleaner, like in Scary Movie. I made Booby. Yeah.
And then Deputy So and So from Sinister is he's pretty much, even the actor that played him, he said like when he read the character he was like, "I know who this is." And he said he's the Chris Farley character from Saturday Night Live. That classic character that Chris Farley played, where he would interview famous people.
Oh, like his own talk show and stuff.
You remember that time when you whatever? He's remember that? That was awesome.
Yeah,
because he's like a small town deputy and he's real starstruck by Ethan Hawke's
he's
character.
a fanboy pretty much.
Yeah, he's a fanboy of Ethan Hawke's character. So the whole time he's like trying to get him to like mention him in acknowledgments or something.
Yeah.
But the actor even said that's who that character is. He's that same guy.
And he's the one that came out in part 2, right? Like he's the one that the one that gets beaten up, and after a while he shows some balls and like starts kicking ass. Let's see. What's another?
Well, you can talk about HUD from Cloverfield.
Well, yeah, I recently saw it. Yeah,
which is T.J. Miller. Mm-hmm. That's a memorable character, like easily the most memorable character from that movie.
Yeah, and like I said, he was really funny in that role. There were a couple of times where he got a little bit grating, not too much, not to the point where like I started disliking the character. I still liked him, but there were a couple of moments where I'm like, "Come on, dude, like, just go, just like run or do whatever." Yeah. But all in all, he was a pretty memorable character. He was pretty funny.
But like I like the scene where they decide to go back into the city to get Beth,
Mm-hmm.
And when they get to her apartment building,
Yeah.
it's like tilted on its side, like leaning against another building.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And HUD's just kind of like, he comes up with the idea. Well, why don't we go up the other building, and then cross over onto her building, and then none of the characters even say anything. They just look at each other and look at him, and then they just start like darting towards the.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh
and
no,
then,
no, no,
and HUD's like, "Oh no, never mind. I take that back. It's a bad idea."
Yeah.
He just starts backpedaling. Like,
Yeah. Let's see. Another memorable character.
the stoner from Freddy vs. Jason
Ah, yeah.
that everybody mistakens for Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was him. I'll make you a bet. No.
Because he has like all the memorable. He gets the best lines in the movie. Like, dude, that goalie was pissed about something.
Yeah.
What does he say? He's like, "Nah, forget about Freddy. What kind of a pussy comes after you in your dreams?" He's like, "Nah, Jason, motherfucker. Like, that's who we need to be focused on."
Yeah.
Like,
He's all high.
and then they're trying to get the hypnosil at the asylum,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then he's like, and then like in the middle of all that, he like grabs the geek virgin guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Hey, dude, let's take a little J break."
Yeah.
Like in the middle of all that, like Jason's chasing him.
I think I remember him now. But yeah, I'm trying to remember some of the other characters in the movie that weren't killed and were memorable.
Well, it was the guy from Dead Man on Campus, but then they bring him back as like the deputy.
Yeah.
I don't know the actor's name. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember
"You
his
kids
name,
need some assistance."
Yeah.
Like, and they cast him like as a joke because he's somewhat taking his role like really serious in Freddy vs. Jason, but it's meant to be funny because of who he is.
Yeah, and
like-
and he does kind of play cliche in terms of like trying to explain to his captain, like, "Sir, this is really going on.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear this."
Right.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is all the law enforcement in the town has figured out how to get rid of Freddy by
Mm-hmm.
having everybody forget about him, but he's not from that town. He's like an outsider that just came in.
Yeah.
So he keeps trying to mention like, and the sheriff like stands up and like real pissed off, like,
Mhm.
"Wait, don't even say that bastard's name." Like,
Yeah. Let's see. Any other memorable characters?
well, I wanted to mention, what's his name, Jason. I'm trying to remember the actor's name. The beaver character from Dreamcatcher.
Oh. What's his?
From
God.
My Name Is Earl.
Yeah, and I'm blanking out on his name. I can't remember. I can't.
It's
remember.
Jason something, but the character is Beaver in Dreamcatcher.
Yeah.
Remember, like, got blown last night. Like, he has all the memorable lines also.
Yeah.
Like when they bring in the guy that whole scene where
Yeah.
Jason Lee,
Yeah.
where they bring the guy in from the snow when they're out hunting,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know that he's got like that worm alien
Yeah.
inside, and then the guy starts farting,
Mhm.
and then he's all like, Beaver's like, "So what you been eating? Woodchuck turds?"
Yeah.
And then as soon as the guy goes to the bedroom or the restroom,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Christ, I need some fucking air," and he runs and opens the door. Like,
Yeah, he was pretty memorable. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, and hell, even Morgan Freeman's character was memorable in that one because he was evil.
I think that's the first time I actually saw Morgan Freeman like in a real sinister role,
Mm-hmm.
where he's like he's basically like that military like commander that just gone insane. Like,
Yeah.
he's already like a little bit out there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I guess kind of going back to the Romero zombie movies at least one more time, kind of going into the well again, is Diary of the Dead. Samuel,
Yeah,
the deaf, Amish guy. Yeah, he was.
He had like a real small role, but he was real memorable.
Yeah, and he was And he actually kicked ass for a while.
Yeah, that's what made him
Yeah.
cool. Like he was, because you're thinking like, oh, you know, deaf. So, and then but like all the people are coming towards him outside, and he's just pointing behind him, and they're like, what? And they turn and look, and there's like 3 or 4 zombies like coming out of the woods.
Yeah.
And he just lights a stick of dynamite and just throws it over to him.
Yeah.
And then they look back at him like, what? And he just holds up a little sign that says, "Hi, my name is Samuel."
Yeah.
As the dynamite blows up, and you just see all the debris come in front of him, and he's just standing there like the debris doesn't even faze him.
Yeah, he was pretty memorable. Yeah, he was pretty cool, and he got bit, right? Like he got
He saves them. Like they all get back in their mobile home.
Yeah.
And then he's the last one, but a zombie comes and like bites him from behind.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he sticks the scythe, or I don't know what he has.
Yeah.
Like, he sticks it through his own head, and then it goes through the zombie's head.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty awesome kill. Like
Yeah.
because he's already like, well, I'm dead, so he just like pow.
Yeah.
And it goes through both of their skulls.
Yeah.
I was like, he was one of those characters. He had a very brief role in the movie, but like he's memorable. Like, you're like oh, he's awesome. Because he's like this little old man that's handicapped, but he's like
He kicked ass.
really resourceful. And like,
Yeah, he was pretty cool. All right, so I guess we'll leave it at that for now. And
that was our take on memorable horror movie characters.
Yeah.
But there's a zillion of them out there, so if anybody wants to comment and mention one that we forgot about, like, feel free.
Yeah, and we did purposely kind of make them almost. They're memorable characters, but they're in essence almost like secondary characters.
Right.
Where, I mean, in terms of memorable characters, you could talk about Michael Myers and Jason and Freddy and all that, but we decided to give the spotlight to those, to those characters that
the supporting roles.
Yeah, the supporting roles
that were memorable.
Yeah. So, at some point we're going to talk about memorable characters in a general sense. And then we'll get into, who knows, maybe we'll do a top 10 of the top villains or something like that.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah.
And that always spawns debates.
Mm-hmm. And I'll try to think of another bet so Wormboy can lose and watch another Uwe Boll movie.
No, you're not going to beat me this time.
I'll wait until Christmas or Memorial Day or something. Here's a present.
Don't worry, I have a surprise for you.
I'm sure you do. I've actually thought of another one. No. Yeah. Have you seen Ninja Turtles 3 yet? Because I know that was.
I've seen it before. I've had it already. You're the one that gave it to me before.
For the record, I am remaining neutral here. Cause
that movie sucks. You can even. Never mind. That's another topic.
I'll say this though: it was totally worth the money to buy House of the Dead on Blu-ray, just so you.
Oh, by the way, I already burned it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I burned it, and like my heart is burned now.
Oh, because
fuck that movie.
Because the look.
You know what? I wanted to sleep tonight. Now I'm not gonna sleep.
The look on your face when they were taking pictures, like as you're opening presents, and you just see that look on your face when you saw House of the Dead.
Yeah.
And then there's another movie. Ninja Turtles
it's
3.
Worse.
Yeah.
Well, they're both pretty. No, House of the Dead is worse.
Well, if you need to fall asleep, you can just watch the first Ouija movie or the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
They'll put you to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can just watch House of the Dead.
No, you'll probably stay up and watch it. Who knows? Maybe after a while you'll start liking it and not admit it to anybody that you actually like it.
No.
You'll need very expensive therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna conclude our episode this week. We're glad to be back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because we're actually gonna be attending the Comic-Con that's gonna be coming to our area tomorrow. So
no, I'm not. I have a prior engagement. So.
Yeah, he's getting engaged. So
no, not like that.
Oh.
That was quick.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, so that's going to be our episode for this week. As I said, this is meant to be a very laid-back just chill kind of thing. So if anybody wants to comment, mention some memorable characters that we didn't mention, or give us your feedback on ones that we mentioned,
or think of horror bets that Wormboy and I can do. That he can lose again, so he can watch another Uwe Boll movie.
Yeah, Wormboy and Toots, not Damien.
Yeah.
Like I'm remaining neutral.
Eventually, you'll get in on it. we'll get him.
Well, I did.
Eventually.
Well, I did buy you Spawn and Mortal Kombat
Oh God.
Analation, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So I've kind of already
That was
gotten
not that
that.
bad.
Well, Mortal Kombat,
Yeah. It's
or
alright.
Spawn.
Spawn, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Might as well just watch Green Lantern too.
Yeah, but no. Well, yeah, I guess you can call that a horror movie. It's a horrible movie. Yeah.
And that'll be for another week.
All right.
So anyway, yeah, this is us tuning out memorable characters in horror. So I'm Damien.
I'm Toots.
Wormboy.
And we'll see y'all next week.
All right. See ya.